Hi, g'day guys. Name's Gazza. I'm an Australian living in London at the moment. I've been living here for about 6 years. Well, I only started this YouTube channel because I wanted to talk about a certain someone. She seems to be the name on everyone's lips at the moment, and her name is none other than Cassidy Boon. A feminist and a social media personality or some shit like that. Well, the thing is, I was quite surprised when I saw her face all over Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and whatever, because I actually know Cassidy Boon. All right, I used to know her when she lived in Australia. She lived in Queensland, and I met her in about 2007 or some shit like that. And apparently she moved to Australia in 2004, and then she moved back in like 2011 or some shit. But you know, she was pretty normal, you know, in high school and stuff like that. She obviously, you know, she was Canadian, and people kind of talked about that a lot with her and kind of teased her, or not teased her, but kind of like, or being mean and shit. No, not really mean, but you know, they would kind of comment on that all the time, like, oh, you Canadian fuckhead, dickhead. But it was all jokes, but you know. But anyway, she was one of my. I'm about three years older than her. She's 20. I'm 23. And but we still like found each other somehow and like became friends, and you know, just used to bash cunts together. No, I'm kidding. We used to go to parties together, you know, like we used to hang out and shit. And she knew my younger brother. They were in the same grade in high school. So anyway, what can I say about Cassidy Boon? She was an all round. She was so nice and friendly and happy, and she loved Australia. She loved everything about Australia. She used to say to me, like, especially like especially in the summer when it was, you know, when it was warm, and when it's winter in Canada, she used to tell me, oh, I never want to go back to Canada, and yeah, shit like that. And she used to have this after about, I mean, I met her in maybe 2007 or something like that, and then she'd lived in Canada, in Australia for about 3 years, I would say. And she had the biggest Aussie accent ever. She really had, like, she sounded like, I don't know how to describe it. She sounded almost like a Hausa kind of character. Like, I know it's hard to believe now after seeing her videos, but she would talk. She sounded like a caricature almost. It was like she was overcompensating for being Canadian, so she like put on this, or she learnt this really, 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 really strong Aussie accent. But you know, yeah. But it's not, you know, after about well, I moved to I moved to London in let's see, 2009, I think, and that's the last time I saw her. Um, and then I heard from my brother in like 2011 or something like that Cassidy was acting weird, and that something had happened in Australia, um, like something had happened to her and or something, and she said she would talk shit about Australia, and like it's like night and day. Like before, she was always praising Australia, and talking like I was talking about the beaches, the heat, and all the nice culture, the nice people, the laid back, everything. But then James, my younger brother, he used to tell me, because he still lived in Australia. He used to tell me how Cassidy Boon's mood suddenly changed, and how how he feared that something had happened to her, or that someone had done something to her, or that um, somehow she wasn't happy with her experience in Australia. And soon after that, she moved back. She moved back to Canada with her family. Um, no explanation. She didn't talk to me about it. She didn't say anything about on Facebook about it. She basically just disappeared from Australia, and it was. I mean, my brother James, he was a he was a good friend of her, and so was I. So we were very concerned for her. I mean, she was a big part of my life. So I mean, it was kind of difficult for us, but it's after a few years, now, in present time, or before all this media attention thing, I didn't really think about Cassidy Boon anymore. She kind of just she was over there in Canada. I'm here in London, and my brother's back in Australia, back in Queensland, outside of Brisbane, where we live. Um, so yeah, but then suddenly I started seeing her face everywhere, and the band Vegemite, and Save Rape, and um, the band The Hackers, the latest one. Um, I don't, I don't recognise her. I don't. I mean, I recognise her by the looks of it, but that's not the way she was back in Australia. That's not the Cassidy Boon that I know. So I'm just finding it hard to see her like that, and it makes me wonder what could have happened in Australia that made her want to move back to Canada, and made her bring her family back to Canada. And I don't know what she's been doing since then, but obviously now she's famous, and she's got this huge social media following, and she's the Daily Mail is the Daily Mail, the British newspaper, is writing about her. Um, I mean, it's insane to see Cassidy Boon like that. Um, from being this happy, carefree teenager in Australia to being, one of the most hated people in Australia, one of the most hated people by the Kiwis as well. So it's she was a heap sick cunt back in the day. So I don't know what happened to her. Um, but I just wanted to know that the Cassidy Boon you're seeing right now in the media, and in the comments, and on the Facebook pages, on the Twitter, on the Snapchat, that's not the Cassidy Boon that I knew, and something has obviously happened to her that has made her change her course like that. Um, I don't know what happened. I don't know why she decided to turn her back on Australia, and turn her back on her friends and friends here, and but yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I don't know what to say. I just felt like I needed to talk about this, and just like give my take on the whole story, because I don't agree with how the haters, you know. I don't agree with the people calling her a baboon and a fucking whale and um, a fucking whale and a netted pork or whatever Jimmy Jackson called her. I mean, for me, after knowing Cassidy for about 5 years or so, and it hurts me to see her being hurt by people. But I mean, I can understand the outrage, but it just hurts me to see that Cassidy is doing all this, and I don't know why she's doing it. I don't know if it's a revenge for what happened or whatever happened. I don't know what happened. So, but I feel there's more to the story than meets the eye. Yeah. So I don't know what else to say, but yeah. Well, the Cassidy Boon you're seeing in the comments or on the Facebook pages. That's not the Cassidy Boon that I know. That's not the Cassidy Boon that people my age and people my brothers, my little brother's age know. She's different. She's changed so much. It's insane. I mean, and if you hear this, Cassidy, I mean. Wow, what's going on? You're famous. It's insane. You're famous, but at the same time, a lot of people hate you. A lot of people want to bring you down. A lot of people around here in London even know about you. And James, my brother, is telling me about how people are like you know talking about you all the time and to him and and yeah, talking shit about you basically, and yeah, you've alienated so many people, but I still love ya. I've always loved ya. Um, I guess I'm a boonie in that respect, but yeah. Okay, guys, that's all I had to say. Sorry if I'm rambling and saying like a lot and like, but this is this is a very hard thing for me to talk about, and it's a very hard thing to see Cassidy Boon being like this. So I'm not sure. I've heard rumours that she might explain herself about why or what happened there in Australia, but I don't know if that's coming up or anyway, Cassidy and everyone else, have a good one.